Nathan Hale, the brave martyr who inspired a nation. What does it mean to give everything you have for a cause greater than oneself? In the annals of American history, there are few figures who embody this question more powerfully than Nathan Hale. Though a young man of just 21 years, Hale's courage, sacrifice, and now famous last words have cemented his place as an enduring symbol of patriotism. In this video, we'll take a journey through the life, mission, and legacy of Nathan Hale, a Revolutionary War hero who gave his life for the cause of independence. The late 18th century was a time of turmoil in the American colonies. Discontent with British rule boiled over into rebellion, culminating in the outbreak of the Revolutionary War in 1775. To gain an advantage, both the American Continental Army and British forces relied on the burgeoning art of espionage. This was dangerous and required extraordinary dedication, a quality Nathan Hale possessed in abundance. Nathan Hale was born on June 6, 1755, in Coventry, Connecticut. The son of a middle-class farming family, Hale had a bright future ahead of him. His intellect and curiosity stood out from a young age, and he earned a spot at Yale University, where he became known as a sharp and promising student. While his initial aspirations were in teaching, the growing unrest in the colonies would soon shift his focus away from the classroom and toward the battlefield. As the revolution gained momentum, Hale was stirred by a deep love for his country and its ideals of liberty. When the war began, he joined the Connecticut militia and later became a captain in the Continental Army. Here, Hale proved himself to be a devoted and capable leader. However, his greatest act of service would come not on the battlefield, but in the shadows of espionage. The Revolutionary War wasn't fought solely with muskets and cannons. Information was just as important as firepower, and espionage played a pivotal role. George Washington, keenly aware of this, relied on a network of informants and spies. In September 1776, after suffering strategic setbacks, Washington desperately needed intelligence on the movements of British forces in New York. Hale, ever the fervent patriot, stepped forward to volunteer for what was widely regarded as a suicide mission, infiltrating enemy lines as a spy. Hale, ever the fervent patriot, stepped forward to volunteer for what was widely regarded as a suicide mission, infiltrating enemy lines as a spy. Hale, ever the fervent patriot, stepped forward to volunteer for what was widely regarded as a suicide mission, infiltrating enemy lines as a spy. Disguised as a Dutch schoolteacher, Nathan Hale crossed into British-controlled territories to gather critical information. This was a daunting task. The risks were immense, as being caught would mean certain death. Hale understood this, but his commitment to the revolutionary cause was unwavering. To avoid suspicion, Hale traveled alone and relied on wit and courage to navigate enemy-held areas. Yet, his mission was cut tragically short, leading to one of the most devastating betrayals in Revolutionary War history. Hale's downfall was reportedly the result of betrayal. It is believed that a British loyalist exposed his true identity, leading to his nearly immediate capture. The British uncovered incriminating evidence, including notes hidden on his person that detailed critical observations of their operations. Imprisoned and interrogated, Hale faced his grim fate with extraordinary resolve. Despite the fear that surely gripped him, Hale displayed remarkable courage. Accounts suggest that when Hale realized his mission had failed, his biggest regret wasn't the risks he took, but that he could only give his life once for the cause of American liberty. The date was September 22nd, 1776. Early that morning, Nathan Hale was brought to the gallows and hanged. Witnesses remarked on the unusual bravery he exhibited, even in his final moments. It was during this harrowing moment that Hale is said to have spoken the words that would echo through history. "I only regret that I have but one life to lose for my country." These words, which encapsulate the essence of self-sacrifice, elevated him from the role of a young soldier to that of a martyr whose name would inspire generations of Americans. Hale's execution was a devastating moment for the fledgling American rebellion, yet his sacrifice resonated deeply with those who heard his story. For his fellow revolutionaries, Hale became a symbol of selflessness and courage amid a war teetering on the edge of despair. While Nathan Hale's life was tragically cut short, his story only grew in importance over the years. His unwavering dedication to a greater cause and his remarkable composure at the moment of death continued to capture the imagination of Americans long after the Revolutionary War ended. Monuments were erected in his honor, including a famous statue at Yale University. His memory has been immortalized in countless works of art, literature, and classroom lessons. Nathan Hale represents not just one moment of bravery, but an enduring example of the power of sacrifice and conviction. Of course, as is often the case with historical figures, Hale's story has been polished and mythologized through time. Some historians debate the exact phrasing of his final words, or whether certain elements of his mission have been exaggerated. Regardless, the crux of his story remains a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure and inspire. Nathan Hale was a real man, a real hero, and a real symbol of hope for an embryo nation struggling to survive. Hale's willingness to risk everything highlights an essential truth about the Revolutionary War. It was fought and won not only by military might, but by the unrelenting spirit and conviction of people like him. His story forces us to ask ourselves, what would we be willing to sacrifice for something bigger than ourselves? While Hale lived and died in a very different time, the values he upheld, courage, dedication, and love for his fellow citizens, are timeless. His legacy prompts reflection on how we, too, can make meaningful contributions to causes that matter deeply to us. It's worth noting that not all elements of Hale's story are crystal clear. For example, his capture is often misrepresented in popular retellings. Correcting such misconceptions doesn't diminish his legacy. Rather, it humanizes him, reminding us that he acted not as a larger-than-life legend, but as an ordinary man with extraordinary resolve. From statues to classroom lessons, Nathan Hale has shaped American culture in surprising ways. He is frequently memorialized as an archetype of patriotism and youth, a figure who inspires individuals to stand firm in pursuit of justice and freedom. Nathan Hale's story is one of courage, selflessness, and loyalty to a cause greater than oneself. His actions during the Revolutionary War continue to resonate, shining a light on the sacrifices needed to build and sustain a nation. His famous last words are a powerful reminder of his indomitable spirit and willingness to pay the ultimate price. As we reflect on the life of Nathan Hale, we honor not just a man, but an ideal, that even in the face of insurmountable odds, the human spirit is capable of extraordinary acts of bravery. Hale's legacy inspires us all to live bravely and purposefully, no matter the challenges that stand in our way.